Buying in Spain is exciting until the money part gets confusing. Today I'll show you how to move your funds safely, what you'll actually pay to buy a home in Cádiz or Huelva in Costa de la Luz, and the ongoing bills after completion, so there are no surprises. I am Ricardo Vieira and I help international buyers make smart, calm decisions in Costa de la Luz, across Cádiz and Huelva. In this video we'll cover three things. And the first one is FX, how to handle exchange rates and transfers without stress. The second one, purchase fees, what you'll pay on resale versus new build. The third and last one, ongoing bills, the realistic monthly and yearly costs once you own the home. At the end, I'll give you a free checklist and a way to speak with me one-on-one if you're already searching. Let's start with FX, foreign exchange, because this is where many people either save thousands or accidentally overpay. If your savings are not in euros, the exchange rate can move your budget up or down within days. A small change in the rate can mean thousands more or less in the final price. That's why we don't treat FX as an afterthought. We treat it as part of the purchase plan. In plain language, FX just means exchanging one currency for another, like pounds to euros or dollars to euros. Banks can do it, but specialist providers often give better rates and better tools, and I can introduce you to trusted FX specialists so you compare options and pick what fits your timing and risk tolerance. The aim is to reduce risk between the day you reserve a property and the day you pay the balance at completion. Common scenario. You pay a small reservation now, a deposit in a couple of weeks, and the balance at a notary in, say, 4 to 12 weeks. If the rate moves against you during that time, your home got more expensive without the price changing. Here's a practical approach that works. Step 1. Get alert rates. Ask your bank or an FX specialist to set alerts on your target rate. You'll know when to act instead of guessing. Step 2. Consider a forward contract. This is a tool that locks in today's rate for a future payment. Think of it as reserving the exchange rate you want. You don't have to use this, but it's useful if you agree the purchase price and want certainty. Step 3. Stage your transfers. Split the money into a few transfers that match your payment milestones: reservation, deposit, completion. This keeps things tidy and reduces last-minute pressure. Step 4. Prepare your documents early. Banks and FX providers will ask for proof of funds and source of funds, basically where the money comes from. Have statement and ID ready. It speeds everything up and reduces compliance checks later. Step 5. Confirm account details with your lawyer. Before you send large amounts, verify the beneficiary details by phone with your lawyer or notary. This is a simple anti-fraud step that saves you headaches. Quick recap. Alerts, consider locking a rate, match transfers to milestones, prepare documents, and double-check account details. That's it. NIE. You'll hear the term NIE, which is your Spanish tax number for foreigners. You need it to the purchase and for utilities later. You can apply it for yourself at Policía Nacional office in Spain or at your nearest Spanish embassy or consulate abroad. The standard application form is Modelo EX-15. Of course, a lawyer can also manage this if you prefer, but you're not required to use one just for the NIE. Spanish bank account. Not always mandatory these days, but very helpful for paying utilities, community fees, and setting up direct debits. Opening an account can take time. Bring your ID, proof of address, and sometimes proof of income. Timing. Agree your payment schedule with your lawyer and the seller. The typical order is reservation, a small amount to take the property off market, deposit, often 10%, and completion, the rest. We match the schedule to your FX plan. Now, what do you pay actually besides the price of the property? It depends on resale versus new build. I'll give you the structure here, and then you can download my money and costs checklist to see everything neatly in one place. Resale, second-hand. The main items. We have transfer tax, which is the ITP, paid to the regional government. Notary and land registry fees. Legal fees for your lawyer. Survey valuation if you're taking a mortgage. Mortgage setup. You can work directly with a bank or with a mortgage broker. And I can introduce you to solid independent brokers so you can compare offers efficiently. Agency fees. There isn't a single rule. Sometimes the seller pays, sometimes the buyer, and sometimes there are fees for both sides. Clarify who pays what in your specific deal. Now about new build from the developer. Main items. VAT, which we call EVA. That's on the property price. Stamp duty. AJD. That's on the deed. Notary and land registry fees. Legal fees for your lawyer. Bank guarantees for any stage payments, and your lawyer checks these. Snagging inspection before handover, and payment schedule. In many cases, developers allow stage payments. For example, an initial down payment, several installments during construction, and the final balance at completion. A common illustration we use is 20, 30, 50. 20% on reservation or contract, 30% during construction, and 50% at completion. Exact schedules vary by developer and contract. Important mindset. Don't memorize acronyms. Just remember, resale equals to transfer tax, new build equals to VAT plus stamp duty. And both paths include notary, registry, and legal. On a resale purchase, you'll typically see transfer tax, the ITP, which is paid to the regional government when a property changes hands. The exact amount depends on the region and sometimes the price bracket. Your lawyer will calculate it precisely for the property you choose. Notary and land registry. The notary formalizes the deed. The registry records your ownership. These are standard itemized fees. Legal fees. Use an independent lawyer. They check ownership, debts, permits, and contracts. Money well spent. Valuation and bank items, if mortgaging. Your lender may require a valuation and may charge certain fees to set up the loan. If you want to chop the market efficiently, I can introduce you to experienced mortgage brokers who compare banks and clarify total costs. Agency fees. Again, there is no universal rule. In some transactions the seller pays, in others the buyer pays, and in some cases both parties have their own fee arrangements. Always confirm the structure for your specific property. For a new build, we have the VAT, which is EVA, and stamp duty, the AJD. The VAT applies to the price. Stamp duty applies to the deed. Rates are set by law. Your lawyer will confirm the current figures for your case. Bank guarantees. When you pay in stages during construction, the developer must issue bank guarantees. These protect your stage payments. Your lawyer checks these are in place before you send the money. Snagging. Before you take possession, we do a snagging inspection, a careful review of finishes and fixtures. Any issues get listed so the developer can fix them. Notary, registry, and legal. Same as resale, you still have those standard items. Stage payments reminder. Many developers use a staged plan, for example 20, 30, 50, but the actual schedule is contractual. We align your FX plan with those milestones. If you take a mortgage, then you'll have valuation. The bank orders a valuation to confirm the property's market value and you pay this fee. Arrangement or opening fees. Some lenders charge you to set up the loan. Your broker or bank will list this clearly. Insurance. Expect to show home insurance. Some banks also suggest life insurance. Whether it's required depends on the lender and the deal. Clarify this clearly so you can compare offers fairly. Currency note. If your income is not in euros, ask the lender how they view currency risk. If you want a broader view of the markets and faster comparisons, I can introduce you to reliable mortgage brokers who work with international buyers in Cádiz and Huelva. Owning a property comes with regular costs. Plan them now and there will be no surprises. IBI, which is the local property tax. Basura, waste. Comunidad, HOA. Utilities, home insurance, maintenance. If you plan to rent, remember rental income tax and check local rental rules. Use a simple spreadsheet with annual versus monthly buckets. Waiting until the last minute for effects. Build the plan early. Skipping independent legal advice. Your lawyer protects you. Assuming costs are identical everywhere. Always ask for a fresh calculation. Ignoring community rules. Read them before you commit. Underestimating ongoing bills. Budget from day one. If you're comparing towns or working to set a budget, download my free money and cost checklist for Costa de la Luz. It includes an FX timeline you can follow step by step, a purchase cost summary for resale versus new build, an ongoing bills template you can fill in as you look at properties. If you're already shortlisting homes, book a 20-minute call with me. For that, you can use this QR code here or you can find the link in the description below. I'll map your budget to the right areas in Cádiz or Huelva, explain the likely all-in costs for your specific case and outline a simple path to notary day with zero drama. Buying a home here should feel exciting, not confusing. With a clear plan for effects, a proper budget for purchase fees and realistic running costs, you'll be in control from reservation to completion. I'm Ricardo Vieira, thank you for your time and attention, and before you go, don't forget to download the checklist and book your call if you're ready. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.